Today we're back for another channel update with Patreon prizes, painting competitions, and what's going to be happening with new videos on the channel. Hello and welcome back to Auspex Tactics for another channel update, just to let you guys what's been going on. There's been a few interesting things happening since I had the last channel update. We've got a painting contest on the Auspex Tactics Discord server, and I've got a nice fancy light box so I can start taking some slightly better pictures of my armies and miniatures. There are a few different things that I'd like to go over in this video. The Patreon giveaway in 2 weeks time, the new Amazon affiliate link so you can support the channel in the USA, a quick word on corrections and errors in my videos, what's coming next for the Space Wolves, my own army showcases that are coming up, the first few entries to the Auspex Tactics painting contest, now with some shiny increased prize support for that, and just a few more things about what sort of videos to expect over the next few weeks. So a fair few things to get through, we'll battle through them quickly, so let's jump straight into it. Firstly, in terms of the Patreon giveaway, I mentioned a little while back that the next Patreon giveaway will be giving away a fairly sizable force of Space Marines, and the next prize will be 2 lots of the Space Marine half of the No Fear box set. So that's 6 Inceptors, 10 Hellblasters, 10 Intercessors and 2 Gravis Captains. Quite a lot of miniatures there, and around about 1,000 points of a Space Marine army that I'll be posting out to someone no matter where they are in the world. I'm going to be doing the draw for that in 2 weeks time, somewhere around the 1st of June, and it'll operate in the same way as usual, using a random number generator to pick a Patreon. For each dollar contributed in support to Auspex Tactics, you get 1 ticket at entry. So if you were thinking about helping out on the channel's Patreon page anytime soon, then now wouldn't be an awful time. The channel's Patreon has jumped up a little bit recently, which is really generous of you guys, and it's allowed me to basically make these YouTube videos as a part-time job rather than just in weekends and evenings. So as always, a really big thank you to the Patreon supporters. I really could not do this without you. Because the Patreon page has been attracting a bit more support, it does mean that we can be offering some slightly bigger and increased prizes next time. The next set of giveaways will be a couple of Imperial Guard start collecting boxes and a couple of extra squads to get an Imperial Guard army off the ground, to add a bit of Planetary Defense Force support to whatever Imperial army you might play. So good luck, and if you are interested in the Patreon page, then check out the link down in the description. Next up, I thought I'd mention the affiliate links. Basically, a while ago people were asking me about if there was any way that they could buy models in America to support the channel in the same way that you can at Element Games in the UK. It seems like unlike the UK, the USA really doesn't have any big model shops that offer decent affiliate type programs, very simple things where you just click the link, go to their web store and can order things across the US. So as a suggestion from someone on the Discord server, I've chosen to go with Amazon from the time being. It does have some advantages and some disadvantages, though the main advantage being is that they will post anywhere, and as well as just covering the USA, the Amazon links do also cover places like Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and also the UK if for some reason you should want to buy things through the UK through Amazon rather than Element Games. Basically, the way that the Amazon affiliate link works is if you click the link, then basically any purchases that you make within 24 hours, a small amount goes to help support the channel. So if you were thinking about buying any 40k models in the near future, it can be one way to use a purchase that you might have made in any case to also help support Auspex Tactics if you are enjoying the videos and want to help the channel keep on going. The other big advantage of the Amazon link is that it isn't just 40k products that it would work for, that would be just basically anything whatsoever. So if you did want to give a little bit to Auspex Tactics and you're making an Amazon purchase anyway, then you could click the link before if you were feeling generous. I've also been updating the video descriptions, so pretty much most of them should have a link to the corresponding 40k model kit that I'm talking about in the video, just for a bit of ease of access. Like I said, definitely only buy what you were going to buy anyway, and also weigh this up against supporting your local store as well, as of course they're going to be going through a rough time right now, and frankly need all the model sales that they can get should you have a local store. So aside from Patreon, that's the other major way that you can support the channel if you want to help keep these videos coming. Next, I just thought I'd mention about corrections and errors in videos. This has kind of been something that's been ongoing since the start of the channel, as of course 40k is a very complicated game with many slightly fiddly rules that don't always interact amazingly. I like to think that I have a fairly good game knowledge, but that certainly doesn't preclude me from making silly mistakes, reading errors, or just misunderstanding important aspects about how an army or faction works, particularly when it's one that I'm not quite as familiar with. If you see anything wrong in the videos, then please let me know in the comments. I do try and quite regularly check them, and then I'll post a correction comment that's pinned to the top of the video, clarifying anything that I was unclear of or mentioning anything that I've got directly wrong. This one was from the Thousand Suns video, where I did make a few errors. I suspect that that one was a side effect of covering an entire faction that I'm not the most familiar with in a relatively short space of time. I will work to try and minimise these where possible, and hopefully I'll continue to learn and get clarification on things as we go along to help improve things for next time. Next, I'd just like to say that we're coming towards the end of the Space Wolves series. We've covered the vast majority of units and synergies and important stuff in the faction so far, and I've just got a few videos on the schedule to make at the moment. We'll be talking about Fenrisian Wolves and using Ragnar Blackmane in an actual game, talking about Logan Grimnar, going through an entire discussion on characters, and talking about the positives and negatives of some of their other special characters, a tier ranking of Space Wolf units in my eyes, and I'd just like to ask if there's anything else that you'd like to see before we draw the Space Wolves to a close. I'm certainly not saying that we can't have more videos about them in the future, but I'm hoping after these get done, we should be moving on to AdMech, although I think that Orcs will keep on going for a while, just because they have so many more unique units than the Space Wolves do. So any other Space Wolf video ideas, please leave them in the comments down below. Next, this is a picture of the new light box that's arrived. I'd just like to mention the poll that's been voted for on the Patreon page. It's been quite a heavily requested topic to see some of my own models on the channel, so I gave the Patreon members a choice of which ones they'd like to see first, after the slightly disturbing amount of Warhammer 40k armies that I seem to have amassed over the years. I would like to say that some of the forces are really quite small, although admittedly the Guard and Space Marines are quite large armies. As you can see, the Imperial Guard came in first, then the Space Marines, Imperial Knights, then the Orcs. So we'll be taking a look at the state's 12th Enforcer Regiment in the future, with a little bit of the homebrew background and some pictures of the models. I will caveat by saying that I'm okay at painting, but I'm definitely more of a gamer than a painter, so don't expect to see any Golden Demon type affairs, but I thought it would be fun to show my actual armies. Next, I'd just like to mention the painting competition, which is over on the Auspex Tactics Discord server, a link down in the description below. I've been really overwhelmed with the amount of cool entries that you guys have been coming in with. As you can see, these are some of the examples from the server, where people have posted their Discord tag and an unpainted or base coated model, and hopefully are going to get back with us with their finished masterpiece at a later date. We've got Araman here, Ragnar Blackmane, an Avatar of Cain, and a mighty Crassus armoured assault vehicle, and many and varied other things in between. You can still very much enter this. All that matters is that you have both uploaded both this initial picture and then the finished picture before the 30th of June, so frankly we've got absolutely ages to go. You've got a month and a half to go out, acquire a model and paint it, and be in a chance of either winning some glory or winning a painting competition prize. First prize is your choice of any one of the new snazzy special character Primaris models, someone like Adrax Agatone or Kosara Khan, who you can just let me know and I'll order them in and post them to you no matter where you are in the world. I'd like to say a big thank you to the Iron Father on Discord for helping sponsor the painting competition. Basically, he's expanded the prize pool to have 3 paints as well for the first prize, and a second prize for any 5 paints of your choosing, to help keep you resupplied for the next project. My own Knight Armature is starting to take shape as well. It's been fun to have a go at putting my best work into something and seeing what comes out of it, so I'll share that as well in time. Basically, the way the contest is going to work is that between myself and the moderators we'll whittle it down to a short list of 5, or possibly more if we have a really tough job deciding, and then we'll put it open to the public vote, so the winner will be determined by popular opinion. I figured that would give some incentive as to making both a quality paint job, but also painting something interesting and eye-catching. It really is a fairly open contest. Finally, I just thought I'd mention what's coming next over the next few weeks. You already know some of the Space Wolves that are coming up, but we're going to be continuing with the Orc series as well. We'll be doing an Orc units tier ranking list tomorrow, and a Dread Mob army list review later in the week. On the Space Marine front, we're going to be taking a second look at aggressors who have changed a lot over the last few months, and then a Mathhammer comparison on the Hunter and Stalker to see which is best at shooting down those pesky Xenos flyers. I've also decided to experiment with a little bit of a lore and background video myself, and we'll be looking at a bit of a medical breakdown of the organs needed to make a normal person into a Space Marine. I know we're mainly a tactics channel, but I do like to have the odd experiment from time to time. As always, an absolutely enormous thank you for all of you guys watching. No YouTube channel will be anything without people watching it, and I'm really grateful for your support. Feel free to get involved in any way that you like. Sign up to the Patreon if you want to have a chance of winning some miniatures or voting in polls for what comes next. Or feel free to check out the Discord if you'd like to give the painting competition a look, or just chat about anything 40k, or leave me any ideas for videos. As always, looking forward to the next month, and particularly when Engine War comes out and Games Workshop starts going with the releases again. Fingers crossed we won't be in update limbo for too much longer. As always, a massive thank you for listening, and I'll hope to see you guys next time.